Today I'm going to give you a brief overview about the Wisconsin Green and Healthy Schools Annual Survey. My name is Victoria Rydberg-Dania. I am with the Department of Public Instruction, and I'm going to just walk you through what is Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin, what is the annual survey, and why should you participate in it. Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin is a statewide movement that is led by people at the DNR and at DPI. We strive to connect schools with resources to help you meet your sustainability goals, to reduce environmental impact, improve health and wellness, and increase environmental literacy. We strive to catalyze local, regional, and statewide action by helping connect you with partners in your regions. And we also celebrate schools to nurture healthy kids and sustainable communities. We want to celebrate the good work you are already doing. We recognize schools who are growing their efforts in sustainability. When you sign up with Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin by taking our survey, you get recognized at the sprout level. You have said, yes, we are committed to this work, we have some goals, and we are moving forward. As you work through different focus areas, you can gain different levels of recognition. When you work through the first focus area, maybe you want to start with waste, or maybe you want to start with energy or environmental literacy. You can achieve a seedling level recognition. As you work on more focus areas, you can get to that sapling level recognition. And then finally, when you can demonstrate achievement in all 9 areas, you can get to that sugar maple level, which is our highest level with Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin. In addition, schools that reach that sugar maple level are eligible for nomination to the U.S. Department of Education Green Ribbon Schools, where you can get national recognition and go out to Washington, D.C. and meet other schools from across the country who are doing similar work. So the survey for Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin, which is your gateway for both state recognition and national recognition, is open every year from May until November or December, depending on your goals. So why should you complete the survey? First, we would love to recognize you as a green and healthy school. We want you to celebrate your success. We want to share your stories. Second, we want to add you to our map of the schools in the state who are doing this work, who are setting good examples for a bright future. We also try to provide feedback on your accomplishments and give you ideas for next steps on what you can do, or connect you with different programs that are available or people in your area. We also want you to get signed up with us so that you can receive timely information regarding funding and events that are going to help you reach your goals at your school. In order to get started with Green and Healthy Schools Wisconsin, we just invite you to visit our website at ghswisconsin.org. It will redirect you to a very long URL that's at the top of the page here, but you can just type in ghswisconsin.org. And the first thing you can do is you can preview the questions for the survey. When you preview the questions, it will pop up a Google Doc. We put the survey questions in a Google Doc template so that you can click on Use Template, which will make a copy for you on your Google Drive. And you can share that with your school staff. You can share it with your educators, with your buildings and grounds folks, with your administrators. Share it with whoever needs to contribute to the information, your food service providers, just maybe even your PTO, people who are doing this work. And so you're going to make a copy of those questions, and you're just going to use this Google Doc as a place to gather your information so that once the information is gathered, you can submit a single survey for your school. Then when you're ready, you're going to just go back to our website, again, ghswisconsin.org, and you can click on Check Existing Surveys, which can tell you if somebody from your school already submitted a survey, or you can click on Complete Survey, and you can contribute to your school's story by completing your annual survey. Now, if you click on the Check Existing Surveys and somebody from your school already submitted a survey, That's okay. If you have more information, you can go ahead and submit that again, and we will know we'll have to connect those two surveys and decide which is going to be your primary survey. This has happened with schools in the past where somebody submitted before all the information was gathered. So that is not a problem. We just want you to know that it is available for you to check and see if anybody has submitted for your school. And then when you click on contribute your schools to your school story, you are going to be moved into a new window for the survey. So let's take a look at that. You will pop up a window that looks like this: Green and Healthy Schools, Wisconsin, 2022-2023. Now, we are asking you questions about what happened at your school last year. We are not collecting data on this year. We are looking at last year's accomplishments. So we want you to just take this time to reflect and to say, what did we do? What do we want to contribute? What do we want? How do we want to tell our story to the state? I want you to notice a couple of things. First, only questions with an asterisk are required. All other questions are optional. So there are a lot of questions in the survey, but you only have to answer the required questions to just get into Green and Healthy Schools, Wisconsin. If you want to get to those higher levels of recognition, you should fill out as much of the survey as possible, because that is going to give us the best picture of your school. As you move through it, if you're working within your browser on the same computer, it will save your progress. So just like when you are using a Google form, as long as you're staying in that same browser, as you move from screen to screen, your data will be saved. Now, you can't work on one computer and then move to a different computer and try to get your answers back. We don't have the login set up for that. So you just need to complete it in the same computer, but you can do it during multiple sessions. So as you go through here, you can just take a look. Who are you? What is your name? The person who is filling out this survey, your email address. You are going to become the primary contact at your school and the person that we correspond with regarding your survey. You can choose your role. You can choose what type of school you are representing. And again, you can see this asterisk here. So these are required questions. And then as you choose different options, the questions below are going to start to change. We're trying to make this as easy as possible for you to just click and select your responses so that it doesn't take too much of your time. And then once we get through these initial questions, there aren't a lot of requirements after that. So we do ask you to certify that your school abides by our laws. So that's around safe and healthful facilities, testing for lead and asbestos, having a mercury ban, and following our Indoor Air Quality Act. So those things we ask you to certify, and then you can just move on through the survey. And depending on what you select, it's going to determine what questions you get in the survey. So this is asking about policies. What kind of policies exist in your district? What kind of audits have you done? Maybe you've done an energy audit and a transportation audit. Most school districts do, as they're looking at their busing routes every year, trying to figure out how to have most efficient busing. And then as you go through, you'll just be able to walk through questions around reducing environmental impact and cost, improving health and wellness, and increasing environmental literacy. You're going to be limited in the number of characters that you can submit. We're asking for short snippets. And when your school gets to that sapling and sugar maple level, we'll send you an additional form that you can tell us a big, long narrative, and you can give us a lot more information so that we can get you into the running for that national recognition or our sugar maple recognition. But for this survey, it should be short and quick. Once you have your information, it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to fill out. And then we will get back to you with feedback in the months of November and December, depending on when you submit it. Our deadlines are November 1st for schools who wish to submit to the U.S. Department of Education Green Ribbon Schools, who think that they're ready to be considered for that. And then the second deadline is December 1st for any other school who just wants to get into Green and Healthy Schools, Wisconsin. You want to get connected with the movement and you want to just start reaching your sustainability goals. So thank you so much for listening to this, and please reach out with any questions that you may have.